Hello Scorpios, welcome back to the Astroflower and your weekly energy reading here, going from the 25th to the 31st of August. Messages from energy that came out on Wednesday was all about getting in sync with energy, and I think it's actually going to be very good for you this week and very inspirational in a multitude of different ways. It doesn't necessarily mean the world around you is going to be perfect, but it certainly means that even a bad situation is going to inspire you to good things. That's what I feel. Okay, the reason for getting in sync with the energy is because there was another message about there being a conscious shift happening in 20 days tied with a geological event. And I'm going to be doing a deep dive into that on Saturday. I'm going to be doing the live on Sunday. If you want to ask questions, you're more than welcome. Be lovely to have you there. And we can go into it a little bit more. But if you get into sync with energy, when this shift happens, you're going to be able to plow through it and go with this shift in a much better way. And that's where the manifestation comes into play. We're keeping it simple, and I did that video on manifestation. If you haven't seen it, please do go and see it. Keeping it simple, keeping your mind clear, and that's all about the tea meditation every morning. Finishing off with that soap bubble that pops and just puts everything back into place. If you practice, if you practice every single day, it's going to make you a lot freer to react to situations and make them and turn them into much more inspirational ideas for you. Okay, so yes, let's get on with your messages from energy. Chakra sequencing, we're going to be pulling a few cards, and we've got a few questions to answer at the end. There's Bagpuss, Tanya and Tamil, I think, is part of it. But anyway, we'll be asking, there's quite a few questions that I was going to be answering anyway. So yes, let's get into your messages from energy. So connecting to that general energy there, here we go, we got that. It's very clear energy. It's almost as if like you, because of your the clearer you keep your mind on a situation, the clearer the path will be for you. And the energies will almost be, like the parting of the Red Seas. The energy will be parting itself and welcoming you and opening up for you and allowing you to really advance on the pathway that you are envisioning within you, or that you feel is right for you. Not what you feel right. It's more of what you vision that's going to be right. But obviously being realistic, and that's what we're talking about in the manifestation video, and keeping things simple. You do the possible, not the impossible. You aspire to the impossible, but not to the possible. And it's allowing you to see the inspiration that is far away at the moment, but you've got to concentrate and do the daily things in order to get there. But I think it's going to be quite easy for you. Okay. Let's see if we can get a vision for that energy there. It's like you're on a boat crossing some water. Okay, it's nighttime, and the only way in which you can know where you're going and navigate is to be able to see the stars. And it's like life is, as you're sailing along, there's this opening in the clouds that seems to go along with you, which allows you to see the stars in a particular time, so you can then sort of navigate your way forward by having a view on one aspect of the sky. And it's like that inspiration of being able to see that shining, that guiding star for you. Okay, let's just see what's going on the financial side. So reconnecting to that energy now. Okay, the financial side here, or the material side. Okay, so this could also be about moving house. This could also be about setting up a project, business, that sort of side of things. there seems to be a lot more activity there. It seems to be feeding you as well on very fundamental levels of kind of going, this is what I should be living in life, or this is what I should be doing. This is what I should be doing in this job. You know, rather than doing what I do, I want to be doing, this is what I should be doing. And it's opening up to that and engaging with that, which is going to give you the results. But it's coming from that inspiration or that mental energy, that fluid energy, and being really, you've got to be on the ball this week here, Scorpio. No time for slacking. You know, if you're on the ball, I think this is where you're going to kind of go, wow, oh, look at that opening. Right, let's go for it. And, you know, it's being ready to move. And in being ready to move what's good for you, not necessarily what's good for everybody else, what's good for you. Because when you're in a good place, all of a sudden, everybody around you can be in a good place. And I think this is why, you know, you've got to be single-minded about things at the moment. And I would follow that single-mindedness within your business side of things. And it will throw curveballs at you. You know, it will throw a spanner in the works occasionally, but you will have that lightness in order to adjust to that situation and turn that negative into a positive for you. Let's just see what's going on your personal side of life, relationships, emotions, that sort of thing. There's a lot of blue. I think there's a lot of emotions. It doesn't necessarily that, because there's a lot of emotions, oh, that's fantastic. Because it could be, it could be a situation where, like, say, like you're changing jobs. So therefore you're going to have to say goodbye to people that you've been, and it could be emotional for you. It may not be, it doesn't necessarily mean a sad emotion. I don't think it's that either, but it's just emotionally provoking at the moment for you life. On both relationships and generally within your personal life. Let's see if we can get a vision for that. I'm not sure if you're realizing here, I feel like it's either you're realizing that this is the person for me and you're taking them by the hand, or you're taking your life by the hand. Could be either way. Depends whatever really floating your boat at the moment. But it's emotionally engaging with life and taking it by the hand as if to sort of say, okay, let's walk this path together. And but I don't get a vision of a complete other person. So it's almost as if it's much more your higher calling on a personal level. And it might be a fact that you kind of like, you haven't been in a relationship for a long time, and you feel ready to be back into a relationship now. It's that sort of sensation that comes along with it. It's very much at one and at ease with your emotional side of life. And it's like, there is a decidedness within you to enjoy, but to enjoy naturally without it being provoked. It doesn't necessarily mean, okay, well, in that case I'm going to go and get a bottle of whiskey and enjoy myself. You know, you don't need stimulation to enjoy yourself here. It's just coming from being at one with yourself and your surroundings and the people, rather than, having to work at relationships, or rather, there's none of that. It's all just like going hand in hand with life by the looks of things. And recognizing it will allow you then to sort of kind of go, well, we're hand in hand. Let's just see where this can take us. And that's that inner vision that comes to the surface in a really nice way. Let's just see what's going on the spiritual side of life. There's like this big, massive, shining light. It's like if you imagine, it's not quite like, it's like you're inside a cave, and you see the cave entrance, and that is that shining light. Although I don't think you were quite in a cave. It could be that you're in the forest and you see the breaking, of the trees, and you can see the sunlight through the trees, sort of scenario. Obviously, I'm in a forest here, and but I think it's more on your financial side than on your relationship side. And it's like the energy is sort of saying to you, this is what you should be doing. This is your calling. And feeling at one with that then just fuels that vision of kind of going, okay, I now know what to do. So trusting your spiritual intuition about what you should be doing within the material world, and just following a code of conduct or a pathway that is right for you, that sits right for you. At the end of your days, like at the end of mine, I'll be the only one who can see what I've done with these hands. There's no running away from it. And this is where I think you'll be inspirational when you do. And I think the inspiration is, the first person who's going to be inspired by it is yourself. And that is absolutely brilliant. Really good energies going on there. Let's just see what's going on for a chakra sequencing for you. It's going back to that neutral point. Okay, we got the morphic fields that are going off. We've got the connecting point in the middle. Now we've got the crown and the root. Very much in balance. It's almost as if and it seems to be this way for a lot of people, the crown and the root is like our raison d'etre, the pathway that we should be walking. And because it's very light, it's almost as if it's been decided. It's taking a back seat. I wouldn't worry about the pathway that you're going down. Enjoying the exploration of that pathway is really important. And, because that inspiration, that light at the end of the tunnel is there. You only have to follow it, as it were. Okay? Let's just see where it's moving on to now within the other chakras. It's moving on to... Okay, so it does go to the third eye and the heart. So this is allowing your heart's desires to inspire your inner visions. And that's going to be part of your strengths here. It's making me laugh the whole time. It's really enjoyable. I think once you start trusting yourself, and not just trusting knowing that you can do it, because it's not that, but trusting your inner vision, because some of it's going to be a bit off the wall by the looks of it. It's not going to be what you would naturally do. And it will put you a little bit out of your comfort zone, but in a very sort of enjoyable way. It's like going to a beach that you've never been to before, and you can see the waves and stuff like that, and they're not particularly small, they're not particularly big either. And you kind of go, wow, I'm going to go and test this out to see what it's like. And, and kind of you can come out of the water and kind of go, wow, I got battered by those waves. But you will enjoy it. It's allowing those heart's desires to feed your inner vision. Where's it moving on to now? So it goes on to the sacrum. Very good. Getting things done. Manifesting things through the simple things in life. Getting the fundamental things in place. So, having the bricks in order to build the house. This is what it's all about. But it's fundamentally driven by your emotional side of life, your joys and so forth. And because it's putting you into a happy place, it also puts you into a connection with other people that are around you, family, friends, community, and everything like that, where you can share that with those people. And I think it's going to be, doing the simple things is going to be inspirational, not only for yourself, but also create connections with other people or situations around you that is going to provoke a sense of family, a sense of enjoyment, and sense of, yes, this is it. This is taking life by the hand sort of scenario. And then it does play onto the throat and the solar plexus. So we've got every single chakra playing now, which is really good. And this is having the conviction of what you say to yourself you're going to do. I know you have that within you, but it's like, as I say, it's going to put you in a position that might be a little bit out of your comfort zone and might expose you a little bit within the world around you. And I wouldn't worry too much about that. You know, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as it were, sort of scenario going on there. And then it goes back to the crown of the root. I don't think that side there, you know, the throat and the third eye, the throat and the solar plexus, it's just a case of putting one foot in front of the other. It's not, you don't have to think that it's not rocket science. You know, it's very simple stuff. A very simple determination within you. Absolutely beautiful energies for you, Scorpio. Really nice. Let's just have a look and see what's going on for within the tarot card. So we're going to take one card for your financial side and one card for your personal side of life and see what's going on there. And then we'll do the general energies. Let's see what's going on the financial side. Two of Pentacles. Seeing what works. Getting the results. Revealing what works to you. And this is that whole sort of inspiration where you can, you know, you engage in life, you adjust to the situation in order to make things work. And it does bring in great rewards for you. You are going to be the big gainer of this if you sort of go with the flow and actually get out there and do it and go for it. On your relationship side here, you have the Four of Swords. Yeah, I think taking life by the hand and realizing that person is the one for you, it gives you, and that's what I meant about sort of like where you weren't, you know, you might not have been up for relationships and now you feel you're ready again. That's what it's all about. It's bringing you a deep emotional healing on that sort of fun. Let's just see what's the general energy within you. Look at that, the Magician. Manifestating. As I said, you have a great opportunity to manifest things at the moment. Keeping it simple at the beginning. You know, if you do the simple things and you set the simple things off, the big stuff is going to manifest all by itself without, you know, without worry and without woe. You know, and I think it's going to be incredibly enjoyable this next week or so. Ready for the that conscious shift that's coming in, that's going to allow you to sort of live life in a completely different way. And as I said, I think it's going to be tied into a geological event. Okay, let's just get on to the questions. Now, we did have some questions. We had, first one was Tanya or Tanya. Let's just see what's going on for you. It was all about the relationship that you're in at the moment. So let's find that neutral point. So let's take you and your partner. Let's just see. That could be the healing thing I was talking about. There seems to be a certain resistance, not only from your side, but from their side as well. It's like, you know, I'm kind of going, I want to fall in love, but I don't want to get hurt. So therefore, I'm not going to fall in love. But I want to be with that person, but I don't want to be dependent upon that person. And I think I think this energy here this week, Tanya, to be honest, is showing you that it's okay to take someone by the hand. It's okay to give over yourself to another person, to empower them as much as it is to empower you. And it's an exchange. And once you allow that to happen, let's just see what star sign. Be interested to know what star sign the other person was as well. But once you allow it to happen, there's a certain synchronicity that I think you're finding here between the pair of you. That it needs to be, you know, faith needs to be built between you. Trust, not trust, You know, I don't think it's trust, but faith in one another, faith in what you have, faith in what you share, I think is going to be the key here. But I do think there's certain, you know, boundaries or, you know, sort of protection levels that maybe both sides need to sort of relax upon in order for it to really, really work. I think it's got great possibility, yeah, enormous amount of possibilities. You know, from your partner's side, I think your partner wants it as much as you want it. And if you turn around and say, oh, don't really want it, then that's what he's going to reflect, or your partner's going to reflect. And this is where, you know, I think it's a synchronicity factor going on between you. But I think, you know, that person there is certainly someone that you can build something with. Yeah, most definitely, that you can rely upon and you know, have faith in. You know, and I think once you show it, you'll get the returns of it. Okay, Bagpuss was the next one. Bagpuss was about your land, wasn't it? In the UK, building permission. You've manifested it. Okay. Seems like a yes to me. Obviously, if you were to turn around and sort of say, yeah, I want to build a 40-story office building, you may not get that. But if you're realistic, and if it is tied into a project which helps to, you know, helps the community, helps develop other people, that sort of thing, I think you'll actually get a lot of help with it. You may even be able to look into government grants and so forth. It seems to be that sort of way, and I think maybe tying a little bit of that into the building permission will help your case in regards of building what you want to build upon that land. And you know, it's opening up, yeah, it's and it could even be, say, like, you know, I want to do an ecological building and everything like that, and you know, it could even be that sort of sense of helping the community by doing an ecological building. But I think it's worthwhile. I think it's definitely worthwhile doing it. Yeah, definitely worthwhile doing it. Starting the process now, yeah, would be a good idea. If you don't start it now, and this is where there was another person that was asking about moving house. When am I going to move? And so the other opportunity, if you're just looking at the Scorpio and their rhythm, because you're coming into your autumn period, either you set it off now, right now, or I would wait till November, December, you know, after your birthday period. So for Bagpuss, I think is exactly that. I think you should go now. I think you should really start, you know, making some noise and making the contacts and start the process. Okay. For the other person who was talking about moving, I think it's Tammy. I'm sorry, I'm really bad with names. I really do apologise. When's your moving time? Let's just see what's going on for you. So find that neutral point. Here we go. Yeah, I think you're going to be, I think for you, what are we, August, September, October, November, December? Yeah, I think we're looking at December period. I think it's going to, if you haven't found a place, maybe that's the first step. And even if you haven't found like the house, knowing the region, the city, or where you want to live, and then you can start moving into that. And I think once you start moving into that, you may even find it in the next 2 or 3 weeks. But by the time you've done the paperwork and everything like that, that's when the situation will happen. Have you already got an offer on your property that you're selling, or or is it just a case of leaving a rental and going to a new rental? I think there's something that needs that's settled on that side, or needs to be just finalized on that side, and that will then free you up totally to then investigate on where you should be going. And I think that's where the inspirational thing will come to you, of kind of going, this is where I should be living in the world. And once you do that, it's going to go very quickly. But it's you know, that's where you're going to be pushed a little bit out of your comfort zone. I wouldn't be too, if it hasn't got all of these things, then I'm definitely not doing it, because you might be closing yourself off from ever moving, because it's, you know, there is a certain adaptability that needs to happen within the situation. Okay? So, but I think more than anything else, I think the actual physical movement is looking at December more than anything else. That's your first opportunity. So December. And then you have another one around April, May, which is fantastic. It's Taurus time as well, even bigger than December. But, you know, December is a very good moment as well, okay, for you. Okay, so there you go. If you have questions that you want answers channeled for you, then, you know, put them down in the comment section below, and I'll pick out 2 or 3 for next week's reading. Don't forget about the messages from energy, also the other energy videos that we're doing, and also the live that we got going on this week here on Sunday. Be lovely to see everybody again. Sorry I haven't been very sort of present on that sort of front in the past, simply because I'm moving house and everything like that, and you know, lots of things to be putting into place. Yes, but we'll have the live this weekend. Thanking you very much for having the confidence to subscribe, like and share and all of that sort of thing. It's lovely to see all your comments. Absolutely beautiful. I will see you all soon. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.